Hey guys, and welcome to another video. So today's video is going to be about a program that maybe some of you have heard it, maybe some of you have not, but it's a program that I purchased and went through about a few years ago, and the program is Tai Lopez's 67-step program. So as a background, a lot of you probably heard of Tai Lopez. Basically, he's known as like a social media marketer. His famous initial video of like, here's me in my garage, that went viral. So basically, he's known for being like that guy when you're watching YouTube videos. More than likely, you've probably seen one of his commercials and stuff like that. A lot of people have, I've heard different things. Some people say maybe scam, maybe this or that, or whatever the case may be. But he's just well known because his face, his brand, his personality is all over social media, especially YouTube. So, to be honest, like I would always skip over any ad every time I watched a YouTube video. But when his ad came on, I was just like, all right, I keep on seeing this guy and, he's everywhere. So I just wanted to see and watch it all the way through. So, I watched it, and, he shows off his home, and everything, and he talks about success and, what are the tools that you need, etc., etc. So, I don't quite remember, like, what that commercial was about, but basically he left a link, and, you would go click on the link, typical like any marketer would do. It'll take you and talk more about the programs that they offered and stuff like that. But there is one that kind of sparked my interest, and it's called the 67 Steps. I think it was one of his first ones, and it was like his main one as far as his early programs. Now he has programs in pretty much anything from like real estate to social media marketing, branding, and stuff like that. But this was one of his first ones, and again, this was back in, I purchased it in 2017, and I believe it came out in 2016. So it's been a few years. But I remember looking at it and looking at the reviews. It was very cheap, and I made sure that there was no like monthly costs that sometimes when you're dealing with a lot of these marketers, there's like these hidden costs or in the underlying, and you don't really know it, and before you know it, they're charging you and stuff like that. I made sure that didn't happen. So it was, I don't know how much it is now, but at the time it was really cheap. I think it was like maybe $30 or something, I don't know, but it was fairly cheap. And the good thing about it is that you have access to it forever. So once you purchase it, you have access and you can go back to it anytime that you want. So why did I choose it? It's because like I said, this 67-step program, it's not centered around anything specific, such as like real estate or investing or whatever the case may be. It's more of a broader program in terms of there are 67 videos, and each video he goes over a topic or a number of topics that kind of center around a theme that based on his experience and learning that he shares, and something for you to kind of learn from, listen to, and maybe incorporate in your life. So for example, like one video centers around, it could be about physical activity, preparing for something, learning, whatever the case may be. Like, it covers a wide amount of topics. He includes a lot of examples from his life and from, famous people, what they did in order to become successful. So, the goal is each day to watch a video. So it's going to take you, 67 days. It's going to take you about 2 months and 7 days to finish. If you're doing consistently, like I said, you can revert to it anytime you want. But the cool thing is that you have access to it. So would I recommend this program? I would say yes, because I thought, you know, some of the topics that he touched upon are very useful. And like I said, even though it came out 2016, so it's been about 4 years, even though it's been 4 years ago, most of them are still prevalent today. And I actually find myself from time to time when I'm, you know, thinking about a topic, or if I'm reading a book and it covers the topic, I would remember in one of his videos, he touched upon it. So sometimes I'll go back and watch that video. And the videos range anywhere from 25 minutes to an hour. So it's no scam. It's nothing cheap like, you know, 3 minutes going over something really basic. And all of them, he, you know, most of them, I think he, you know, he films himself. There was a couple in which it was just like a voiceover. But no, he, you know, that's why I kind of chose a setting for this video, because if you purchase it or if you've seen it, basically he's sitting in a chair with his, you know, books in the background. Obviously a setup for the video, but it was still, you know, that was just like the setup. So basically it's him talking like I'm talking to you, and he's sharing his knowledge on the particular topic for that video. And like I said, it's 67, so it's quite a few. And I believe, you know, obviously he mentions that you should watch it every day, but I also believe that it was also meant to always revert back to. And that's why I think it's worth it, because it's nothing too specific. So like if it's like really specific, you know, it can be possibly outdated after a year or two. But even it's been 4 years, and a lot of the topics he talks about are still, you know, prevalent today, you know, such as, you know, preparing for a rainy day, learning a skill, you know, getting the, you know, the art of habits down, daily habits, stuff like that. Like just stuff that doesn't get outdated, that everybody needs to learn, and the sooner that you do, the better. A lot of topics that I actually touch upon, and I can tell you that a lot of them is stuff that I try to practice in my everyday life. And some of the topics that he touched upon, he mentions stuff that I've never, you know, philosophies and ideas that I never even thought of. He mentions authors and artists and other books that, you know, after watching it, I looked it up and ended up buying it because I never, you know, I've never heard of it. It was the first time hearing through him. And like I said, maybe think of you want as of Tai Lopez. I could say that he looks to be very knowledgeable. I mean, he is an entrepreneur. Yes, obviously one of his main jobs as any entrepreneur is to sell stuff. So obviously that's what everybody does. And he pushes a very heavy marketing. That's why he's one of the reasons why he's successful, is because his face is all over the place. But he does read, and a lot of the topics that that he talks about is stuff that he's experienced and that he read. And that's, you know, sometimes it's like pay attention to who's teaching you something. And is this someone that you can, you know, your gut feeling, or you know that they went through it, or else are they just talking BS? So my personal opinion is I got a lot of use and knowledge out of it, and I still revert back to it. And like I said, at the time it was a good price. I don't know if they increased it or whatever the case may be, but I would recommend it, because no matter what age you are, but especially if you're younger, a lot of the things that he talks about are good ideas to think about as you're beginning, you know, whatever course of direction that you are in your life, because a lot of these should be incorporated no matter where you are and what stage you are in your life. So like I said, I'm not, you know, part of it. I think if it's a program that I think is useful, that makes you better, that pushes you to be better, then I'm going to recommend it. So guys, again, Google search Tai Lopez 67-step program. It'll probably come up right away. Take a look, and you know, if you went through it or you purchased it, give your thoughts and feedback down below. If there's any questions, feel free to ask me either down below as well, or shoot me an email. I'm more than happy to. I thought it was great, and it was, you know, it took a while to finish it, but at the same time, I'm always going back to it from time to time, and I find it very useful. And that's where, you know, sometimes money is invested well, is when you get stuff out of it, you know, you revert back to it, and it helps you. You know, it adds, in terms of incorporating better practices and habits in your daily life, those are the type of programs that you should pay attention to and look into purchasing if you want to help better your life. So guys, with that, again, let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe and share if you found it of any use. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.